Hello Taurus, this is your August reading for 2026. Energy we've got for this month going forward is the Emperor. Very nice, very nice. All right, we've got a little bit of lunar activity happening, or astrological activity just in general happening this month. Middle of the month, August 12th, we've got the new moon solar eclipse in Leo, which is going to be about really tapping into your personal creativity, your self-confidence, your feeling of self. And then at the end of the month we have got, ooh, nice. At the end of the month we have got a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And that's going to be about big endings and new beginnings. I think the cycle started sometime around September of 2024. So if you can think back that far, good for you. If you can pinpoint what was going on in your life around that time, can give you an idea of maybe what you've got coming up at the end of this month. But it's going to be a lot about cycles, and there's been a lot of beginnings and endings just in general with everybody's reading this month, so yours is no different, I'm sure. All right, let's take a look and see. We do have the Three of Pentacles here, so I'm seeing your energy looking like you are working on something. We have got the Three of Pentacles as a building. It's a card of working together with others to kind of build something bigger, or something good all around. And it looks like with the Emperor being your general energy, it's very strong, it's very centered. It is very much a card of being in control of your situation. So you might be like the head of the project. The Queen of Swords here is telling me that you're definitely like the ideas person. You're somebody who has a lot of the ideas that are happening here in this project. So maybe you're somebody who is like helming a project, or you are the maybe breadwinner or idea man in your family or in some kind of group that you're working in. It looks like you've had some really good emotional success recently. Things have been good for you. I would say financially, emotionally, in life, your family, relationships, things have been strong, or they're currently strong. You're coming from a place of a lot of stability. Ten of Cups here. Excellent card, right? One of the best cards in the deck. And this is your position of kind of supporting energy of things that are happening for you this month. Judgment coming up. That's what's coming down. It's how you're filtering the universe's energy right now. And I think maybe you're feeling a little bit concerned about how people are going to see you in this position, because whatever your position is here in this project or this relationship, you are definitely in a position of power. You're kind of like the decider position, it looks like to me. And in being so, I think you might be getting a little bit of side eye from some people, but it's all how you handle it, right? It's how you take care of the situation. So if you are generous and helpful to people and do things the right way, then it'll obviously turn out a certain way. And if you're not, if you're a cruel leader or you lead by force, then things will turn out a different way. People will feel differently about you. Prince of Pentacles here. This is the Prince of Pentacles is the Knight of Coins. Knight of Pentacles. It's a very slow-moving energy. So I think that this is the recent past. So this project that you've been working on, this thing, maybe this relationship has been slow-moving, slow to build. Perhaps because you are a little bit hesitant about being seen as being too dominant and being too much in a position of like being the decider. But the truth is, I think with this outcome here as the Queen of Wands, you're gonna stop holding back with that, because you feel you're gonna get a energetic pull or push of, I feel good, I look good, I'm in it, I have the right idea. My idea is the right idea, and I'm just gonna own that, rather than being so slow to manifest, or slow to move forward, or slow to get it going. So, and the only real slow energy that we have here, the Three of Coins in and of itself is a little bit of a slow energy, just because it is sort of a building energy, but it definitely is, you have mostly cards of a little bit more energy than that, just overall. Queen of Swords has definitely got some speed to it, and it can be a little bit brutal, right? Again, the Queen of Swords can be, I think, a little bit direct in their approach, and so maybe you are finding yourself needing to be a little bit direct in your approach, and that might be throwing some people off a little bit emotionally, or you are worried that it's going to throw them off a little bit. Let's take a look and see if we can get some clarity on that. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords for Taurus. Oh, okay. So it tossed out 4 here, but we'll take them. So I've got the 8 of Wands, manifestation energy, communication. I think a lot of communication's happening back and forth. I think you're doing a lot of talking to people, putting ideas again out there. You seem like you're the idea person in this situation, and you're trying to make it happen. It's a manifestation card, the 8 of Wands. So while it is communication, it's also building things, like creating things. It's kind of like the Magician only in the Minor Arcana. But I definitely feel like you are putting forth your ideas and your energy with these other people to build this up. You've got the Ace of Swords, so there's like the ideas are coming, and I think you have a really, you know the right one. You know the right idea. You have the correct answer. And I think you're just kind of being steady and trying not to be too brutal a little bit in your way of handling this. But we have the Page of Wands and we have the Knight of Swords. So it's time to get moving. The Page of Wands is saying like it's time to get this action going. There's not really time anymore to be dragging your feet, whether or not there's a deadline that you're trying to meet, or you're just kind of getting tired of it taking too long. Maybe you're in a relationship that you've been doing the slow going out to eat, doing dates, but you really haven't moved forward in any meaningful way, and you're ready for that to move forward now. You're ready to have that, and you've been good. I think it's been an enjoyable relationship or an enjoyable experience up until now. But again, I think that you know that your idea is the right idea, and while a lot of ideas are getting thrown around right now, the correct answer is evident, and I think you know that it's going to make everything better if everybody just kind of goes along with it, you know. And this could be, hey, this could be delusion. I'm not picking it up that way. It seems more like that you maybe just do have the right answer here with you in this Emperor position. I just think that you've done the thinking about it, and you kind of are just like, look, I'm sitting back here listening to everybody talk, and you guys want to keep talking about it, and that's fine. Like, I know that we want to have the creative process do its thing, but let's be honest here, my way is the right way, and eventually you'll see that. I think that's how you're feeling about it. So let's see what we got for this 10 of Cups here. What do we have for the 10 of Cups for Taurus for the month of August? Again, it feels like you've been enjoying this process, at least up until now. It's been fulfilling for you, whether that's, okay, financially, it's been fulfilling for you. And I think it's been fulfilling for you in feeling like you have been holding a position of authority and you feel like you're being heard. Your ideas are being heard for sure. But again, they're slow to move on them. The ideas are there, but they're slow to move on them. And what just jumped out at me? Okay, so we've got the Fool and we've got the Death card. Wow, okay, and the 10 of Cups. So a lot of like beginning again energy, ending of cycles, starting of new cycles, and again, slow movement. So I think if this is a relationship, you've been happy, you are kind of wondering, I think maybe you want things to move forward and you're feeling like, should I say something? Should I instigate forward movement? Because I'm ready for this to go to the next step. I'm ready to have this be this full 10 of Cups, like fully actualized thing that I think is going to be best, that's going to fall in line more with this idea that I have, that I know is going to be the best way forward. Like, I know that if we move in together, that's going to be more successful because of XYZ. I've done all of the thinking about it. I've weighed all of our options. Like, I know it's going to be a big transition. It's going to mean ending something, starting something new. But you just are really confident it's going to be the right thing. And it's a sense of, there's a sense of, we've gone as far as we can go where we're at now. So if this is a relationship, it's, maybe it's like time to get engaged, or time to think about maybe having a baby, or time to start planning some goals for the future, like whatever those are for you, however that, resonates. But if it's a project, if it's work related, it's like, okay, we've done it's time to stop doing the planning. We've done the planning. I know that my planning is the best planning. Hopefully we all are on board with that. That's what you're thinking, but it's time to go for it. And even though that's going to mean you're going to have to stop some part of this, like perhaps this planning phase that's been so enjoyable, perhaps this experience with you all together that's been so enjoyable of putting this all together is going to end. Like you were a group that was put together specifically to articulate how you were going to move forward, and once you've all gotten that figured out and an SOP's been laid out and all that kind of stuff, then it's out of your hands and it's no longer something you're all going to be working on together. You're going to move on to different projects. And so maybe there's a feeling of like, oh, I'm going to miss you, right? I enjoyed this so much, and but I know that this is the next step that needs to be taken, so let's just go ahead and do it now because financially it's better for everybody. You know, in the end, it's going to be better for everybody. And again, if this is a relationship, I think it's more like, look, I've done this slow thing for a while now, and I'm ready for the next step in this relationship to happen. And I think you are feeling like that, honestly. Let's see, what is this judgment coming in from the universe? How are you handling this? How are you handling this? From the universe, inspirations, these ideas you might be getting, whatever the universe is trying to tell you about this. How are you handling it? Ace of Wands. I do like getting that in that position because it's very much a card of like getting intuitive concepts from the universe. It's like just taking them straight to the dome piece, like you're taking them right to the head. And so I think you're trying to be open to making sure that you, Empress. Okay, well, Emperor and Empress. I think you're trying to make sure that you are being kind, I guess, being thoughtful about how you, democratic maybe even, like being a good leader. You want to be a good leader. You want people to respect you. You want people to see your ideas as thought out, as beneficial, as mature, right? You want them to see it as the ideas of a leader because you want people to see you as somebody who has good ideas and is going to kind of take the reins. And maybe you're trying to get a promotion or something in your job. Like maybe you're trying to make some waves. There might have been some new changes in your job. Maybe company-wide there's been some things that have happened that have like shifted power structures or something, and you want to be seen. And so you're like, oh, this is my moment. Like let's make this happen. And I think that you're listening to the universe. You're taking in the information that's being given to you. You're trying to be smart and judgmental in a good way, judgmental in like weighing out what's the best way to do this. How can I be the most fair, I guess, in how this happens, and how can I not be overly aggressive? Again, I think a lot of this has been about how do I not come off as overly aggressive in getting what I want. I know that what I want is going to help everybody overall. I've been going real slow and steady here, but I know what I want is the right thing. And I think it's going to be overall better for everybody. But how can I get that without being too pushy? I think it's without coming off as being too pushy. All right, let's see. Prince of Pentacles, got the Nine of Wands. Again, this is that feeling of, all right, I think it's time. We've been doing this for a while now, and it's time to see an ending. And that Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight in this deck, I guess slow-moving, building, working, kind of, it brings to mind almost the idea, and I know like the Eight of Pentacles is really like the actual card where it's like somebody hammering things, but it still brings to mind the idea of like little people in the mountains, like gnomes or something, like going into the mountains to hammer away at like at the mountain to get the like jewels and stuff. I'm thinking of like oh my goodness, I'm thinking of Snow White and the seven dwarfs, right? Snow White, and I'm thinking of them and like the mines, right? That kind of like, okay, we're going in here and we're gonna like hammer away. This Prince of Pentacles is basically being like, okay, so we're hammering away trying to get at these jewels in here, and we've been plotting out the best layout, like the best way to go, because this is going to be the deepest vein of jewels over here. But like we've been working on the plot for a while now, and we need to start actually picking away at this. We need to start hitting the rocks, and I know where to go. Let's do what I've been talking about. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here again. So, and the Nine of Wands is a let's go or move or get off the pot kind of thing. All right, Three of Wands, Seven of Cups. You may have had choices show up. If this is a relationship situation and things have been good, you may have seen other ways that your life could be, or like the possibilities of the future. And you're feeling like the ships have set sail on some of that, and I think you're trying to take control of the direction those ships are going. Right, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Cups is giving me kind of a vibe of, I have set things are being set in motion that have been slow to fruition with this Prince of Pentacles, that are a long time coming. And it's possible that the Seven of Cups is you being like, the outcome could be a little uncertain. And so that's what's been holding back a little bit of the forward momentum. But you're just ready for that to end. I think it may be that you saw some other people's like success in a similar thing. In a similar circumstance, you saw someone else's success because they moved forward and stopped dragging their feet. And you were like, look, that could be us. You know, that could be our business if we stopped dragging our feet. That could be our relationship if we stopped, you know, just doing the same thing over and over again and stop moving forward. Okay, let's see what this Queen of Wands. So, I mean, it's a lovely outcome. A Queen of Wands is a very good energy. It's a very strong, attractive energy. So you might be in some kind of personal appearance journey of trying to make yourself just look more attractive, whether that's, you know, inny attractive or outy attractive. All right, Ten of Cups. Very nice. Like that. We also had the World. Ooh, it's got a little... The World card here. Boop. Sometimes the cards get mildly inappropriate, right? Okay, so I think that you are, again, World card and the Ten of Cups coming out again in the situation. This is telling me you are going to lean into you're going to lean into your passionate energy. You're going to listen to that intuition. You're going to accept those wands that are given to you by the universe. You're not going to hold back and say, I'm not moving forward. You're going to move forward. You're going to get everybody on board that it's time to do this, I think. And you're going to do it maybe by using your wiles. The more attractive you are physically in this situation, I think maybe the better shot you're going to have at getting what you want, which is a weird thing to say, but hey, I think that might be the circumstances of the world, just in general, if we're honest. But I definitely see you putting that out there, saying like, look guys, I appreciate that we've taken all the time that we've taken to try and make sure that we're making the right decision here. But I'm saying it's time to pull the ripcord. Let's do this. This is the idea that I think we need to go for. These are the reasons why. You have all of the research. You have all of the stuff. You've done all of the work. So you can explain to them why. And when you do, they're all going to be on board. And they're going to be like, wow, and he looks really good doing it. They look really good doing it too. My goodness. Who thought that somebody could make, you know, the idea of something that's so concerning otherwise looks so appealing, right? So if you're with somebody who's got kind of a commitment phobia and you want to get married, but they're a little bit like, oh, I don't know, you're going to be able to use your wiles, but also all of the evidence to support the fact that this is the right thing for y'all to do and what's going to be best for you guys going forward. Okay, so let's take a look and see. And again, you're worried about being a little bit too direct, a little bit too brutal. I think it's you're segueing from this Queen of Swords into this Queen of Wands. So lean a little bit more into your sensuality. Lean a little less on your brain and on your intellect and on your analysis of the situation, and lean a little bit more into making everybody feel good about the choice that you know that everybody should be making. Okay, let's get our last coins. Okay, Magician, yep, see that, nice. And we got Justice, okay. And yeah, I mean, trying to balance out the scales, trying to be fair, trying to be measured, but trying to make something happen here with this Magician card. This is the universe over here. This is a little bit more of the like universal energy coming in. This is more like your earthbound energy and how you are handling this as a meat puppet in your world. But this is more about how the universe is kind of surrounding you in it, and maybe a little bit more forward thinking and farther reaching energy in this situation. So, I mean, near future, this Queen of Wands for sure is coming up for you. But overall, you are looking like you're in your position of creation. You know that you're somebody who knows how to manifest things. You know that you're somebody who knows how to put your ideas into action. You're trying to do it in a way that everybody is getting a fair shake. Like you, again, with this Emperor card, are seeing yourself in a position of power, in a position of authority. Justice, also a position of authority, right? This is a person who's holding the scales of justice themselves. They're the one that's making the decision. It's not judgment so much as like this up here, where I feel like it's a little bit more about like making sure that everybody's getting getting their chance to be heard, which is what's happening. That is what's been happening for sure. You've been allowing everybody a chance to be heard here. This Queen of Pentacles, I think you just want to make sure that you are being smart about the way that this is going to unfold financially. Everybody's being nervous, I think, about how this is going to unfold financially. So maybe if it is about a relationship and moving in together, it's a person who's worried about sharing their finances with somebody, or having to rely on somebody else for aspects of their survival, financially. Or it could be like, is this going to be the best idea for us financially, with what's going on with our situations? Is this going to be the best idea financially for the company? Is this going to be the best idea financially for this particular department? Are we going to make the most money out of this? That kind of thing. All right, let's see what we're going to have as our final outcome. Final outcome for Taurus, please, for August and a little bit beyond. What's the energy the universe got for Taurus here? Again, I think leaning into your Ace of Pentacles. All right, yeah. New beginnings, and financially strong new beginnings. Okay, so let's see what we've got as a little bit of clarification on these. But again, I'm getting a lot of money. I'm getting money here. So, and maybe this is just because it's, earthbound Taurus energy. It's just a feeling of being more of this grounded. Right now, what you're being faced with is a lot of ideas, a lot of intensity, I think, and a lot of energy, and maybe more so than you're used to. You like to be in comfortable positions, and you've been in a comfortable position. It's not necessarily very natural for you to be like, I gotta get going. It's time to get moving. But there is a level of that where it's like, I know that if we don't move now, it's gonna make things worse, right? Even if you are comfortable. All right, let's see what we've got for this Magus. This Magus is the Magician. That's you here, making moves. Yep, setting things into motion. 3 of Wands. You have put your ideas out there. You've done all of the manifesting that you can. You've put the magazine out with the ring on the toilet to show, this is what I want. You've let them know that this is your idea. You've, raised your hand in class and said, well, wouldn't you think it would be best if, and, it's not that it's falling on deaf ears. I don't think the ships are out there. They're setting sail. So now it's just a matter of like waiting to see kind of what the outcome's going to be. So what do we have for the Justice card here? Woo, things just flying around. Okay. Justice. Okay, interesting. So we got the, up here. We got the Empress again, which we had gotten for the Judgment card. This is kind of a similar position, I feel like, and this is the energy that's surrounding you. This is the universe kind of giving you the juice that you need to get through this situation. And it's the Empress came out, the Ace of Swords also came out, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Swords was kind of a lot. But this is showing me that you are once again trying to be seen in a light of benevolence. You're trying to be seen as somebody who is coming at this from a fair and balanced perspective, that you are a leader, that you have everyone's best interests in mind, that you have, this is for the best of everybody, this is for the best interest of the company, this is for the best interest of our relationship, all that. The Ace of Swords again being like, this is the idea, like this is the idea that's the one we should go with for sure, and you know that, and you're really not willing to compromise on that at this point. I think you know that is the way to go, and that's what the 6 of Wands is telling me. You are pretty much like 99.9% certain that if you move forward with your idea, that the whole thing is going to be for the best. King of Swords is an authority figure that just has the best ideas. Authority figure that knows the best way forward, that is going to use their brain and their intellect to ensure the best possible outcome for everybody. All right, what do we got here for the Queen of Pentacles? This is the sort of like hopes and fears. What are you thinking in the situation? What do we got for Taurus here? Yeah, again, I feel like stability, shaking up stability is always a fear for you. I think that you really like feeling comfortable. Sun, the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Sun is like, right, this shedding light on new things, this new idea. It's a great card. You know, this is hopes and fears. So the hope is that this is awesome, that this brings about this wonderful new thing, that this is going to be excellent. The plottings, the slow, again, this I believe was over here as well, this slow plod of this Knight of Pentacles, the slow move of getting this off the ground, it makes you almost feel like you're in a holding pattern. This Four of Swords is like, you're like, am I going to be doing this forever? Like, am I going to be like lying here just dreaming about this for the rest of my life? Are we going to be just constantly in a position of like, we're almost there, like, just give it another year, like, well, I just want to make sure this is right first, or I just want to make sure that we've fixed this first. Let's make sure that we have this aspect taken care of, and know that that's right before we implement XYZ, right? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. And it's slowing the process down. It is absolutely, without a doubt, slowing the process down. And at this point, the process needs to move forward. I don't think there's like time anymore for the process to be like slowly going. It needs to be happening now. It needs to be moving if it's going to move at all. And if it doesn't move now, it may never move. And I think that's a bit of a concern there as well. But the Sun, I think, is saying like it's a great, you know, it's going to be wonderful. The best hope is that it's going to be the best possible outcome. So let's say we have this Ace of Pentacles as the final result here. And this is the energy just kind of going forward. Like if you continue, I think, leaning into your sense of, I've got the right idea here, I feel strongly about it, I feel passionately about it, I'm leading with that when you're talking to people or trying to get your point across, leaning into your passion, leaning into your sense of urgency, but your sense of urgency through like, I just know it's going to be what's best, like I have this feeling, and as opposed to being super duper analytical about it, I think it's going to end up doing better for you in the long run. We've got the Nine of Cups there, which is delightful, right? The Nine of Cups is all about personal emotional fulfillment. So you really accepting your own emotional joy, leaning on what's best for you emotionally in order for this new, excellent, financial, solid ground to present itself for you. Seven of Cups, there's the choices again. Let's see if we got anything else to elaborate on that. And the Death card. Okay. So definitely this cycle is ending. The chitter chatter, the talking, the planning, that's over. You're done. You are done with that. You have had enough of that and you're done with that. You're done taking it slow, which again, for you, that takes a lot, I think, to get there. So I think a lot of discussion has happened. A lot of planning has happened. A lot of dating has happened. A lot of analyzing the different choices, the different places, the different ways this could go. I don't know, the what if game. What if this is the outcome? What if this is the outcome? And I just think you are done worrying about what if. You are ready to make it happen, and you're ready to put this out there. And God bless, because I know that can be difficult, especially if it's something like a romantic situation where you're like, I'm going to have to kind of say a little bit like go or get off the pot. Like it's time to make moves so that we can be what I need to be fully happy for me. Okay, well, Taurus, this is looking like you're pretty happy though, right, overall. So again, I know you're trying to be diplomatic about it by not being too pushy. And I think that's smart. Don't be too pushy. Make it about how this is going to be best for them, best for everybody, not about you, even though you know that this is going to be best for you. Come from a place of like, this is how it's going to work. Everybody's going to be able to benefit from this. You know, me too, but everybody. This is how we're all going to benefit from this. All right. So let's do a little final something from the universe here as some advice. And if this has resonated for you, Taurus, you know, do my little shameless plug here. Please do like. It helps the channel if you like a lot. So that would be awesome if you could do that. Also, subscribe if you would like to see more of my stuff. I think if you hit that little bell button, it like tells you when I post things. So that's pretty nice if you're into it. All right, let's see what we've got for advice from the universe for Taurus. We got anything? What do we got? Wow, there it is. Power, the serpent. Let's see. What What have we got for power? I feel like I like it. Okay. So, serpents are associated with a myriad deities, which include Cernunnos, Caradwen, and Nemesis. The ram-headed serpent is a symbol often seen and associated with the horned god. Their power is also depicted in the myths of Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent of Mayans, and Ouroboros, the serpent who encircles the earth, right? When the serpent enters your life, you can be assured that creative energy is high. Kelsapries, right? For sure. If this is a work project, I'm telling you, you've been doing a lot of brainstorming in this project. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, you have the ability to rise to any challenges at the moment. The serpent is associated with Kundalini, the energy of creation. You may have to shed a skin having outgrown something in your life. Again, this relationship may need to shed its skin because it's bigger than it used to be now. Serpent power brings to you the gift of intimacy. Observe how you crave or avoid close contact with others, whether your attitudes to your sexuality and or creativity require integration. Let your power rise and express itself in areas of your life, being as wise as the serpent with any directions you consider. Life force energy is now increasing. Be wise. Inhibitions are highlighted. So, again, I really think it's important that you lean into your Kundalini energy, as it were, your Queen of Wands energy. There is an element of your animal being, right, that is functioning on this planet and is kind of flowing with the energy of your spirit and all that good stuff. It needs to function in certain ways in order to get its best results. And sometimes it has to function in ways that are not necessarily counter to your intuitive nature, but are built to function in the service of somebody else as opposed to in the service of yourself when it comes to trying to get what you need out of a situation. And I think that even though it might be not something that's super very natural to you or feels very organic, to allow yourself to be kind of passionate and allow yourself to express yourself energetically and get out there and kind of push about making things go because you know you have the best idea. I think right now is maybe that time, but just do be aware that you may have the potential to be a little bit cutting and it could be a little brutal, so don't be. You know how the people you're working with or the person that you're dealing with feels and how sensitive they are. So just try and play to that and play to those strengths, but lean into your sensuality because you're looking good and it looks like you could definitely lean into your attractiveness to try and help you get what you want this month in August. Okay, Taurus, so I hope that this helped you. I hope that this resonated. If so, again, do all the good stuff and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.